Good evening. I am so excited that you're here. As you can see, we have my very good friend, Michelle, here on the couch with me, and I just can't wait to introduce you in a moment. I have so many things to say, but tonight I am so grateful that you're here. Listen, I don't know what your day has looked like. Chances are, myself, I've just cleaned up the kitchen ferociously, and I am trying to get the kids off to bed. And miraculously, I'm on the couch with you all live on the chat. I don't know what your day has looked like, if you have littles at home or, you know, here you are in retirement and so it's you and your husband. I hope he's watching with you. Wherever you are, whatever stage you're at, I am just grateful that you've made time, that you've carved it out to be here with us tonight, because we're about to talk about, you know, our bodies, reclaiming our health, wellness. It's going to be a great conversation, but before we dive in, let me introduce you to my good friend Michelle. So we've known each other for a really long time. Yes, say hi to the people.
Everybody. It's so good and such an honor to be here with you on the famous pink couch.
I know.
And I'm just excited to be with your girls and just share.
Well, they love you. They already love you. I mean, so many of us know and love you really well.
Yeah.
But there may be some who are watching on who are just going to get to know you tonight, which you're in for a treat. Let me just tell you all a little bit about Michelle. So you are obviously Michelle. Hello. You're an amazing woman. You're also the wife of an incredible man, Sean Gabie.
Yes.
You and Sean pastor together Kingdom Culture, which is a church here in the city.
Yes, same city as you. We're doing this together.
I know.
Love it.
Very much doing this together.
Very
That's
much
not just
so.
we're doing this together.
Yeah.
No, we're like talking on the daily,
oh my
weekly.
gosh. Our families are our support. We support each other and are cheering each other on. And I love our journey.
Same. All right, so before we dive into the goods, to the conversation, we're gonna get into things. Okay, we're gonna talk about our bodies, our health, what you do, how you remain healthy with 4 kids, and all the hats that you wear. But before we do that, let's play a good game of Would You Rather.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go.
This is insane.
So we're
of all the games,
Julie,
the most you know that I can't make decisions.
Never have I ever. Oh, right, that would have been
I
easy.
have a very hard time making decisions.
True.
So this is going to be interesting.
That's true.
I'm going to be like,
because you're like, well, I like this, and there's things about
I know.
this.
I'm going to analyze it both ways.
Well,
okay, no, keep it simple, Michelle. Keep it simple.
You can analyze. We'll analyze with you. We'll weigh it out.
I'll be good. I'll be good.
Would you rather own a cottage on the ocean or on the lake? This is tough. I agree, it's tough.
So my first instinct is to say a lake.
Yeah. Why?
I love evergreens, and I love when usually on the other side of a lake there's
so
some like evergreens, and I think it's so beautiful.
And
like mountains.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lake with mountains.
Yeah.
If we can choose.
Yeah, like evergreen and mountains and like dimensions.
Yes. Not just a plain old lake. And lakes can do that calm.
Yeah.
It has the calm moment in the morning where it's still, and at night.
Yes.
You know, I love that about a lake.
It does.
And the ocean, it always roars.
Yeah. Although it's really nice, but
beautiful.
I do like lakes.
Yeah, less things kill you too.
I'm a true Canadian.
I know, right? Yeah. And Ontario.
Yeah.
Like that's our thing.
Yeah.
Would you rather go shopping or go on a hike? This is like free time for fun.
Okay. I feel like naturally I would have said a hike. But right now, shopping.
Shopping.
Yeah.
And
right now it would be
Why?
shopping. Because I haven't shopped in so long.
Nobody has shopped. Well, online. Maybe
I just am in need of so much stuff. It's like it would be a guilt-free shopping trip because I need stuff. You know what I mean? Like when you
look in your closet and you go, I won't wear 80% of you. Yeah. You're just over it. It looks old. Yeah. And also I think we are not up to date in what is fashion anymore, right?
Yeah.
Is fashion like workout pants? That's what I think.
Oh.
I feel like Kanye had a corner on fashion with all of his sweats. You know how he came out with like sweats and like chill clothes? He like knew Corona was coming.
Seriously.
Okay, would you rather spend a night in watching a show or reading?
A show.
I was going to say, I feel like I know this one. I know this one. Yeah, you and I both.
Yeah.
Like interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know. I just eat it up. Okay, would you rather spend your anniversary at a hotel or at a rustic cottage?
You see, again, I feel like I've been in the forest because that's the only
In the
thing that's been
forest.
open.
Yeah,
I feel like
true.
I would right now I would say hotel. Like you say a night in at a hotel with my husband, and I'm like leaping of joy at that thought.
For real.
And although we could, like hotels are open, but it's just because
It's
I've
not the
been
same.
in forests a lot with the kids.
Because what else do you do? It's like, let's go for a bike ride. Let's go for a hike.
No, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to go in a hotel.
Yeah, and have that whole
in a spa, hotel with a spa and like breakfast.
I think we're just making everyone go, oh, like real normal life. Good? Like, yes, please. Okay, would you rather be chronically overdressed or chronically underdressed?
I feel like I'm chronically underdressed.
What?
Yeah.
That's not true.
No?
I mean,
I'm in jeans today.
I guess better to be comfortable than always uncomfortable.
Yeah, comfort.
Yes. So
like I don't wear heels.
I don't either anymore because I have a bunion.
I feel like saying chronically overdressed, you have to be like someone who wear heels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you have to be that girl.
Yeah, you have to be that girl.
Hey, I love girls who can rock that and be comfortable. But
it's just rare occasion will I ever do that.
Same.
Yeah.
It's like sore by the end of the night.
If not, it's
yes.
These shoes.
We have
it's
matching.
A good old pair.
I love it. We match
shoes.
Yes.
You can make anything look great with a good pair of sneakers.
And thank God they're in now. I hope they're in forever.
Oh yeah. We'll make sure of that.
Would you rather? Yeah, right. Would you rather do a preach at the last minute or skydive? So like last minute, 30 minutes.
Last minute.
You're preaching.
No, wait.
Over
I will
a
not skydive. Sean
Yeah.
is not allowed to go skydive.
Yeah, no.
He wants to go, and I'm like, no, you can't. No,
he
you
wants
can't.
to go.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
And I'm like, no, you're
It's like
not.
you have kids.
You have kids.
That's scary.
No.
Yeah.
No, but then my kids want to go. So my kids want to go.
No.
And I'm like, no.
It's so strange, hey? Like, I don't understand
It's just like the one thing. One thing you're not allowed to tell me, maybe. Just go do it and then tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. And hey, Mom,
although I don't like, it's very clear I don't promote that at all. But it's like, I'll be a dream killer when it comes to skydiving for sure.
Bungee, do you feel the same about bungee jumping? Being attached?
Even worse.
I think so too. Because the snapback.
Oh yeah, there's something. I'm like, your spine. I don't know. There's just something that I'm like. No.
I feel the same way. I'm like, your body isn't meant to do that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about. Okay, so now we're going to get into the whole let's talk about our bodies.
Okay.
And I'm excited because I didn't tell you this, but the girls have already written letters to their bodies.
Oh, wow.
Which is so exciting. And I know it might be a whole new thing, and maybe even some of you listening are like, yes, I wrote a letter to my body and it was super odd, like, or awkward, or maybe it was a tough thing to do, but I'm excited.
I love that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm taking that one for myself.
Good.
Yeah.
And
I'm joining the club, guys.
Good.
I'm going to do it too.
Oh, good.
Definitely, there's so many things for me, like, obviously, with all of my health journey.
Yeah.
You know, I've had it pretty rough.
Yeah.
And you know.
I mean, feel free to go into that even now. Like, just maybe catch all of us up to what did that, I mean, in childhood, right? Like this, your autoimmune, that affected you as a child.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
So I had it pretty bad as well. So it was Crohn's disease.
Okay.
Had it pretty bad. And so it affected every moment of my day, right? So it didn't matter kind of what I did. They've put me on all kinds of medication. I've been on every diet. I've been off food for months at a time with just a tube up my nose, having to feed me. Hospitalized many times, been Christmas in hospital.
No.
Like, I just know that world. Tried, you know, different kind of therapies. And it just seems like there was just no give. There was no breakthrough.
Yeah.
Of course, in all of that, you develop major anxieties.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
It's crazy because at the time I didn't know it was anxiety.
Yeah.
I just thought this is
back
another
then
thing.
There was no real name or identifying it.
No one just said anything, and I guess I was really quiet. I was very, very quiet with my battles. I didn't like going to the doctor.
Yeah.
I really was reserved with it. I kept it very much to myself.
Okay.
It was my way of dealing with it, and you know, I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be like every other kid. So for me, if somebody asked me how I was doing, it was like, I'm good. Even though I didn't sleep the night before, and I'm up going to school because of
discomfort
pain. Discomfort, pain.
Oh gosh.
And then when I met God, and I like heard that he was a healing God,
Yeah.
I went for it to
Yeah.
believe for a healing.
Yeah.
And I eventually did. All the symptoms stopped.
Wow.
And it was like just
Like,
like
what
that.
age was
It was
that?
just quiet. That was in my 20s.
Wow.
So right before I met Sean. And I was
Okay.
just like so wowed by God.
That's
so
like-
amazed. That really like solidified my faith, because that was
I
in the
bet.
beginning walk.
Yeah.
In the beginning with my
Yeah.
journey with God. And that really skyrocketed my faith to
Whoa.
be like, I'm all
Like, God
in.
is real. This
God is
not
real.
like-
I'm all in. Like,
Wow.
I've dealt with this for 12 years of my life, being
Whoa.
sick in pain all day, all night long. And all of a sudden, there was like nothing.
pain.
Next day, there's like no pain. And still to that day, I've never had those kind of cramps
Yes.
that
Like
I used to have.
It shifted.
It really
Yeah.
shifted.
Okay.
So there was still
Wow.
some scar tissues,
Okay.
and that then eventually led to some problems.
Okay. Yeah.
And so after my third, like during the pregnancies, I always had,
Okay.
you know, my pregnancies
Yeah,
were hard.
yeah.
But
This is now you have 3 kids.
yeah, I
'cause
have 3 kids at this
we
point.
didn't even do that. We didn't introduce all your, Promise, who's now how
She's
old?
12.
12. Okay.
Victory, well, she's turning 12 in July.
So
and
soon,
then
yeah.
Victory is 10, Ezekiel's 8, Harvest is 5.
Okay.
Or 4, turning 5 soon.
Right. I always do that too.
I do that. Eh?
No,
Why?
I know. Like,
Why?
oh, they're
And I'm
almost
like,
this
why?
old
Why?
in like
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you had
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
So
you
I
had the 3
had
kids.
the 3 kids.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So your body has been through birthing and
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. So my physical health was taking lots of space in my life.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, for
I was
real.
really annoyed by it.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm like hopeful, because I know what God had done in my life with just like some of the symptoms that I've had previously
Yeah.
for 12 years.
You've seen a
So I'm like,
miracle
God,
already.
like you've done such. I mean,
Yeah.
there's other testimonies. Like
Yeah.
when I say, like I've seen like one time there was like. Man, I have so many stories of
Yeah.
other conditions that
Yeah.
happened because of that, and I had
Yeah.
miraculous healing
Wow.
out of that completely.
It's not just that one time.
It was just not that one time.
Yeah.
So I've seen God do tremendous
Yeah.
things in my life.
Yeah.
And I've been great since.
Yeah.
Now, I still am intolerant to some foods.
Yeah, yeah.
And so because of that, I get tired, because when
Yeah.
you eat food, you're intolerant to.
For sure.
You'll get tired.
You're putting your body into a
Yeah.
kind of fight.
Yeah, and my
state.
body's intolerant to most
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that,
Yeah.
I feel like I've been given a second chance in life. I
Yeah.
feel like I was given a new body.
Wow.
Completely new body. And so I was like,
Wow.
okay, new body, this is a time to just like attack other things.
Yeah.
Because like, I had already
That's it.
had breakthrough with anxiety. So anxiety is a big thing that comes to a lot of people that are sick.
I was gonna say that because would you say it coincides?
It kind of coincides because
with
there's
that,
so
your
many
physical-
unknowns,
Yeah.
right? You're put in so many uncomfortable situations.
Yes.
Doctors are constantly speaking things like me. It was like, you'll never be able to have kids.
Oh.
And so there's just so much fear coming
yeah.
on all
Worry,
direction.
fear,
And
what
then,
ifs.
yeah, because your insecurity is low, you feel just unsafe,
Yeah.
unworthy. There's
Yeah.
just so much that comes with it. So
Oh
I
my
had to
gosh.
really be intentional
Yeah.
with, especially the anxiety. I remember
Yeah.
the time where I was like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired. It's
Yeah.
affecting my marriage.
Yes.
And I need to do something
Relation,
about
like your
it.
ability to socialize.
My ability to socialize. And at this
Ah.
point, we're associate pastors. So I'm like, I better do something quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were about, little did you know, but you're about to
Yeah.
step in as lead pastors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Wow.
so for me, it was really about, God, what is the key?
Yeah.
What's my next key?
Yeah.
So when I've attacked the physical part of it.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
it's like the emotional, mental part. What's the key for me to
Wow.
overcome this? I knew I had to get it in God,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I love that you're talking about this because I feel like you're basically recognizing it's not just physical. Like our bodies.
it's all...
It's like body, soul,
yeah.
spirit. It's like
Yeah.
it's all interconnected.
Absolutely.
One area where you experience health, it must affect now.
Yeah.
So you experience a health breakthrough in
Yeah.
your body, but now you're saying I also adapted.
I was left with all this
I had all
other
this
emotional, mental things.
Yeah.
Right?
That needs now to catch up to
Yeah.
the physical.
And if I don't deal with that, that's not going to
Yes.
affect my physical
Yes.
body down the road, right?
Right.
And it's going to stop me from doing certain things in life.
Yes. Wow.
Right? And so,
So
it's
you
all
just
this
went,
cycle. Let's attack this. And
Yeah.
God was just like, you don't fully understand how loved you are. And we know
Wow.
that. We know that as Christians, we're
true.
loved by God.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
was not,
Wow.
Proverbs talks
Love
about
this.
20 how like God
Yeah.
has set wisdom deep in our hearts, but it's the understanding of it that brings it out.
Wow.
I didn't have quite the understanding because it wasn't coming out of my life. I was still acting
Yeah.
like an orphan.
Wow.
The fruit of fear,
Yes.
of controlling and feeling unvalued,
Yeah.
that is not
Yeah.
being
Come on.
confidently secure in knowing how much you're loved of God.
Yeah.
I did not feel safe
Wow.
with God in the end.
Yeah.
Because if you truly, truly believe that you're
So
safe
good.
with God,
Yeah.
you'll know that He loves you so much
Yeah.
that He's got good things for your life.
So good.
That He's going to protect you.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go through a hard time, He's going to give you the tools and the strength that you need to make it through.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
So,
right.
but I didn't fully understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
like at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know if I can trust that.
Yeah.
If you're really honest
Yeah.
with yourself. Wow.
I had to be honest with myself. I know God loves me in principle.
Yeah.
But
Is that-
the fruit of my life showed
Right.
that I was acting
You're
like
struggling.
still like an orphan.
Yeah. Would that be because of the health journey? Were you kind of like, God, why? Why did I? Were
That
you
part-
kind of upset with God
Yeah,
about?
because it took me a long time
that
before I had
journey.
a breakthrough, right?
A long-
and so
like 12
it's like
years.
there's times when I got super mad.
And then 3 kids. Yeah.
Mad, discouraged, like
Whoa.
left alone.
Why me?
Left to myself here,
Yeah.
like God, like just like when are you gonna do something? Like
Yeah.
how long?
And
Like, what do you want me to
watching-
learn in this right now? Like what is the deal? Like I know you can do this.
Yes.
You know?
Right. And you probably, I mean, being in church, being around, Christians, other people who believe God for their miracle, did you see other people step into
all
theirs?
the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt somebody's tumor literally disappeared under my hand once. I'm like,
Wow.
I know this stuff is real. Right?
Yeah.
And if it's just, no, absolutely.
But there you are still standing in the gap for
But,
yourself.
it's a moment. Those are all moments you have that you choose
Yeah.
to be like, hey, God, you're still faithful. Through it all, I kept saying, but you're still faithful, God.
Yeah.
I'm still going to believe in you. My hope is still in you.
Yeah.
And looking back, all those little moments of just
Yeah.
making that choice in the moment to push through,
Yes.
it's grown my strength.
Yeah.
Like I look back and I'm like, how did I get the strength that I have? And I'm like,
Yes.
it's just all those little moments,
Yeah.
where I felt like I had no strength.
Yes.
But I just simply decided, okay,
Wow.
God,
Wow.
you're still faithful. You're still God.
Yeah.
I don't need to understand everything.
Yeah.
I still choose you
Yeah.
and keep going.
Right.
In faith and in
Yeah.
hope.
Right.
And all those
Wow.
things just builds your spirit up.
Yeah. Yes.
I had to be like, no. God, you love me.
Wow.
You love me.
Yes.
I'm safe with you. You have
Yeah.
my back.
Wow.
I'm you know what? As long as I have you and you approve of me and you love me and you accept me how I am.
Yeah.
And in the end, that's what matters. And
Yeah.
I would declare
it
like,
so
God,
much.
I'm safe with you. And if
Yeah.
that happens, you're going to give me what it needs to make it through.
Yeah.
So, and I would literally say that out loud.
Yeah.
Out loud, like on
So
repeat.
good. I love
until
it.
I start to feel like a peace come and come down.
Yes,
And
like-
I would go on.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'd get to the green room and it'd start coming up
Come
again, and
back
I'd be
again.
like, no,
Yeah.
no. I love God. I'm love.
Yes.
I am like a child in His hand.
Yeah.
He's got me. I'm under His wings. He's got my back.
Yeah.
God loves me.
Yeah.
That's all matters.
Yeah.
God loves me,
I
and
love
and
it
and
so
I'm
much.
with Him, and it doesn't matter what's gonna happen to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm safe because at least we have each other.
Yeah.
And then I start coming back. So I was doing like that intentionally.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Non-stop.
sounds like you were constantly aware of your old patterns.
Yeah.
But so committed to growing
Yes.
up and out of them.
Yes.
And changing
Absolutely.
the pattern and like the
Absolutely.
grooves in your brain, right? I mean, Dr. Caroline Leaf talks about this, and I know
Yes.
you guys have had her in your
And
church.
after
and
hearing her talk,
on
I'm like,
Sean's
so
podcast.
true.
But it's true. It's
Yeah.
like we are in these ruts and grooves and ways of thinking and going to anxiety, going into negative self-talk or whatever our
Yeah.
patterns are. And you intentionally are rewiring
Yeah.
your brain,
Yeah.
your emotions by
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
This is the hard work.
I don't even remember when it stopped. Like I don't
Yeah.
even remember
Wow.
when I stopped doing that. When I stopped the need to declare
Yes.
and doing all of that. And it's crazy.
Whoa,
like
that's
it just
amazing.
happened.
I
and I
love
started
that.
walking in freedom, and I can't tell you when the day
You
happened.
can't pinpoint it. Yeah.
I can't pinpoint it. And it's been such an a breakthrough of freedom.
Yeah.
And I mean, does it happen once in a while? Do
Yeah.
I easily get overwhelmed still? Yes.
Yes.
But I feel like that's like a blanket that like kind of like
Yeah.
spread over
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah. Right.
And it's easy for me to now just tap back into that
Yeah.
once I start feeling that again, like
Yeah.
shortness of breath or whatever is going to manifest itself.
Those
okay.
triggers. Yeah.
Yeah, the triggers, and then you just declare it, and it's poof, it's done.
Whoa.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just
right.
Yeah.
Because you have like a battle plan. Like I know how to fight this. I've fought this before. I've overcome this giant
it just
before.
gets easier.
And you know how to talk it down and declare and step up and step over. This is revelational. It's revelation, sorry. This is not information. You've lived this. You've lived a miracle in your body. You've lived going from being sick to now being well.
Yeah.
And what you're tackling here is we are not just our bodies, and we are also not just our emotions. We are not just our spirit. I mean, we are all of those. Our health is all of those areas flourishing. And so, yes, your body stepped into a breakthrough, but your emotions needed to as well. Your mind needed to.
Yeah.
It's holistic.
Yeah.
And I love that you're talking about this. I think you're speaking to so many women who are, possibly about to embark in a health revival themselves.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's not just in our bodies. It might start, for you, it started in your body.
Yeah.
And then it moved to the emotions and the mind and your spirit, that whole thing spiritually.
Yeah.
But for some, maybe they're taking a step. I'm going to tackle my inner healing emotionally. And it might lead to them then taking on, now I want my health and my body to align with this journey that I'm doing in my emotions. Now I'm going to tackle my health and my body.
Everybody's journey
However
is so
you
different.
do, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one begets the other. Discipline in one area begets discipline.
Yeah,
we tackle it in our bodies. I believe it just flows into your mind, your will, your emotions, your spirit. It's like it just, you go, oh, why don't I just become better in every area?
And then even breaking through in overcoming some of my fears. I was able to now do some things physically that maybe before I was afraid to try.
Wow.
Because of the limitations.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I can
try some
new things.
Yeah.
And I could do some new things.
Yeah. Which is kind of, I would love to talk about what you're doing in this season.
Okay.
Because now we have a great understanding of your history of, we are all so multifaceted. There's so much more to people's story than the chapter we're in right now.
Yeah.
And I think the women will appreciate knowing your story because you are a bit of a boss physically. In this season of your life, you really are. You not only look like Wonder Woman, you actually could probably be her, stunt double, whatever, because you actually know how to kind of fight. And so, let's talk about how you have personally carved out space in your life because you've had this incredible journey, but there's just the practical of how do you, remain healthy? You've got 4 kids, a husband, a whole community of people that you're pastoring, and all the other things that, we don't know that you do, like keeping your house clean and making meals and, oh my gosh, cleaning the baseboards, which I know you appreciate.
Oh, yes, I do.
We are both a little controlling in our homes and we like a clean environment. So we're also chefs and maids. Yeah. But how do you prioritize yourself? How do you kind of remain healthy? What are you doing in this season?
Well, for me
do that?
Okay, so this is the thing. I knew I had to do something physical with my body.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But I hated the gym.
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
Talk about it. I know that there's someone who's like,
do the gym, and I couldn't do the home workouts. And for me, people are like, once you start, you'll see. Like, once you start, it's always the initial step. Once you start, you'll be fine and you'll enjoy it.
Love it.
I'm like, no, the whole time I was at the gym, I can't even say what was going on here. The whole time I'm at the gym,
you're frustrated.
I am like unhappy. I'm frustrated. Really? I'm like, the goal is not worth this. Goals. like it didn't motivate me enough.
Okay.
And I was just like, I need to find something. And
find what you find what you love.
Find what you
do
love.
what you love.
And for me, that was martial arts.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Love it.
It was martial arts.
Yeah.
I kind of got tricked into it.
Okay.
I was just going to try one.
Because you were a dancer.
Yeah, was a
side note. You were an incredible dancer.
That was like back in the day.
Yeah.
And I would have done dancing.
That's in your pocket.
No dance schools around in my area for that.
Okay.
And it's like it would have been like a once a week thing, and I wanted something more consistent. I'm like, so I decided to try martial arts.
Yeah.
And I loved it from the moment I stepped foot on the mat. I was like, I found my tribe.
No way.
I could have kept going. I do 2 back-to-back classes. There's 2 hours of heavy, intense. I'm like wet. Like every part of me is wet, and I'm tired, and I'm like sad when the class is done because I just so enjoy.
You have like more to give.
I don't have anything to give, but
You're like,
I want to because I'm like it's so fun.
Wow.
I'm actually having fun, and so for me it was like, okay, my husband can handle going to the gym.
He loves the gym. Early in the morning.
He doesn't really like it, but he's
he likes how it feels.
He puts his eyes on the goals.
Yeah.
And for him that works. But for me, I was like, no, I want to really do something that I'm going to enjoy, because it's going to be also my mommy time.
Well, that's it.
This is my time away. So it has to be also like
something you look forward to.
That's like packaged in like a passion.
Yeah.
And
love that.
And then physical health, like everything together.
Benefiting you emotionally, socially, even, because there's a good group of people that you see consistently.
Well, that's the thing, right? For me, I've realized with that whole like exercising, I've realized that I do well in community.
It's a social
it's something for me where I do well with other people. It's not something I do well by myself.
Yes. Yeah.
People like keeping you accountable.
There's people watching. Yeah.
And I'm always so surprised how my body did it.
Yeah.
And there's so many times like it was just like I had a headache before going to class, and it left while I was in class, or I wasn't feeling too tired, and
it lifted.
It lifted when I went, right? But I think that when you also enjoy it, it really helps.
True.
It really does help.
Which is what I think is so important, because I think a lot of women possibly watching on go 2-hour class, or 5 days every day of the week, but it's like start moving. Just make a goal.
Something
go for a walk with your kids. Incorporate it. I think it's like incorporate it into your day. Sometimes I don't have the chance to get away and do my hour whatever workout, but I'm like, let's get on the bikes, let's go, kids. I'm sweating, they're having fun. And I moved that
Call
day.
a friend. Go for a walk with a friend.
Exactly.
Go for a bike ride with a friend. Like if you can't do it alone. Because for me that was a big thing. I couldn't do it by myself.
Social.
You're like my
community.
I needed the people who was going to be expecting me there.
Yes.
And so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I
can't do it on my own, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you think that's weak, but at least I'm aware, and and I've aligned myself and my life for what I need to make it work.
That's right.
At least I'm right.
You're showing up.
I'm showing up,
and you're enjoying it.
Yes.
And that's the key. It doesn't have to be the worst thing you're doing with your day. It should be the best. I look forward. When I know I'm going for my workout, I'm like, and I will say to my kids, even when we're jogging, so I'll take them on a jog with me, and they're biking.
No, I can't.
That's my outlet.
That's like super
That
impressive.
is my thing, is running. I always say, I need to run away from you to love you. They'll be like, okay. Like, I don't know if I should be like offended, or
they're like they're trying to say like what kind of cryptic message.
Why do you want to run away from me? But I'm like, no, if I run away from you, I'm gonna want to run back to you. Like I need, mom needs this. I'm gonna come back better. And I do think it models something to my kids of like, I'll say on the jog, why does mommy do this? And they'll say, because you want to be the best version of yourself. And I said, that's right. And I said, and for who? Like, for you. I'm like, and for who else? For daddy. For us.
I love
our
it.
church.
That's so awesome.
But it's like, that's what this is, right? It's like if we take the responsibility to be the healthiest version of ourselves, the greatest gift I believe I can give to the people in my life is the healthiest me. And who's responsible for that? Me. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
no one can sleep for you, and no one can move your body for you.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
This is our work to
Yeah.
do, and so it's my responsibility, and I do think it models something beautiful to our
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. And
used
you
to
have
ride
to
the
fight
bike
for
with
it.
my dad, and
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Why do I do this?" And I'm like, "Meh." And now I'm like, "Oh, wow, the modeling
Yeah.
is important."
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now I'm doing exactly, jump
That's
on the
amazing.
bike, come with me. And
That's
it's
amazing.
hopefully they'll do
Yeah.
the same.
And it's not easy. Like
not
it's hard
easy.
to get to. Like I always
No,
say, like the path,
pushing a stroller.
Yeah.
A car. Like I'm like, hug the dirt. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like they're almost dying on
Yeah.
the jog, but we got it in.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah, it's
They're
so
not.
true. And like the path that's like that you're gonna be the most proud of is gonna be the path that was the hardest.
Yeah.
I really believe
I
that.
agree
It's not
that- I
gonna be the
agree
path
too.
that was the easiest path. It's
The
gonna
least
be the one
resistance. Yeah.
where you had the cuts and bruise.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, you know, in martial arts, like the times where I was the most proud of myself
Yeah.
was the ones where, because you know, when we say like it's not over until it's over,
Yeah.
you know, like
Wow.
you're gonna go and you're gonna try and you're gonna mess up,
Yeah.
and you're gonna fall, but it's not done until you've decided it's done.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
it's when we fight, it's like until
Wow.
it's not done until the person taps out.
Right.
If not, it's not done.
Oh my gosh.
And the
I would
times
tap
where
out. I don't want to fight you ever.
but the times when I've hurt myself the most, it was the times where I was just so stubborn because I
Yeah.
so didn't want to tap out that I hurt myself just holding on or just like staying in the position that
Oh
was
my-
like digging.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, and then, but I like leave that moment and I look at like the, you know, the bruise or the
Oh
mat
my
burns
gosh,
or whatever. And I'm
Michelle.
like, I'm so proud because I'm like, it means that
Yeah.
I didn't give up, you know? It means that
Whoa.
I actually won that round because I did
amazing.
not let go, you know?
You have like you're a fighter, literally spirit. Like you have a fighter spirit. Because it's like not everybody. I think so many of us
I wasn't born with a fighter spirit. Again,
Yeah,
it
it
was because of
develops
all
through
of
the
those
years.
hardships and all of those struggles.
Yeah.
All of that builds that, right?
I think
And
it's
so,
amazing because it was internally you became a fighter, and now externally you are a fighter. And it just goes to show the inside work that you did in that season is now showing the fruit of with what you physically can do.
Wow.
Right? It was like there was this fortifying that happened under the surface, and now we see it
Wow.
in the physical.
I'm like receiving that.
Isn't
I'm like,
that
I never thought of that
cool?
like that.
Yeah, it's like you were a fighter
Yeah, wow, that's
mentally.
awesome.
You had to fight daily just to show up to your life physically. But
Wow,
now you
yeah.
can fight physically.
Yeah, and
Where you
yeah.
wouldn't have been able to in past
Yeah.
seasons. I think it's just amazing. Just goes to show again, our inner world affects our outer. I'm just a big fan of don't just tackle your body and go, I'm going to get physically well. Like, let that be it's one area. We are mind, body, soul, spirit. One area will overflow into the next.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hey, we're going to take that at whatever pace.
Yeah.
We're all going to take that. But
Absolutely.
I do believe that our bodies is an area that we've got one, right? We don't get another version of this. Let's treat it with love
Yeah.
and respect and see it last the long
Yeah.
haul. I would love to ask you a few more questions. I know we're
Okay.
going long. This is kind of random, but I've been asking a lot of our women this. It's kind of one of the questions I throw in at the end of every
Okay.
conversation we have. And I just think there's something about, as you grow and we mature and every year goes by, there's wisdom that we gain, from our history. And
Yeah.
there's so much that we've learned. And I know we've walked this journey so closely, pastoring in the city, and we've witnessed one another grow up in a way, and I just think it's always interesting to reflect back upon the younger version of ourselves. And if you were, Michelle, to think back to say, a younger version, let's say young 20s, if you would think back to that girl, what would you encourage her to start doing? And what would you encourage her to stop doing? as you
Oh my
look back.
gosh.
I know.
That's like I feel like there's so many things that
I
I could probably
know.
say.
I know, which is why I love the question.
I know. This is good. I'm trying to think like, what's the thing that I'm on with the girls the most?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like with your, I'm like, and my son too. I'm like,
yeah, of course.
you know, you try to like instill
Yeah.
those things where.
And go, oh, I wasted a lot of
Man.
time doing this. Don't do that. Yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
What would you encourage
There's a
Michelle
few
to
things.
begin? And what would you say, oh, just stop doing that's, you know, it's going to be a waste of your time. Stop doing that.
Oh, well, stop comparing, that's for sure.
So good.
You can't control people's minds about
Yeah.
you and what they're going to think about you. So you might as well live a godly life before God.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
live with right convictions and good
Yeah.
values.
Yeah.
But then be you.
Yeah.
Like
unapologetically.
yeah, just
run.
be you.
Yeah.
And you know, and just have fun being you and trying
Yeah.
different things. And it's not a waste of time if
Yeah.
you went down a path
Yeah.
that you know didn't quite
So
work
good.
out. It's
Yes.
like just go for it. Like just don't wait till you have to have all the answers. Everything has to be
Yes.
perfect
Love.
before you step out into something. Just
Oh.
kind of like
Yes.
go for it and
Yeah.
learn as you go and learn from
Yeah.
your mistakes.
Yeah.
And you won't waste
that.
time like that because
Yeah.
sometimes you're so afraid to, like you don't want to waste time, so it's like
Yes.
you're gonna work till everything's lined up.
Oh my gosh.
But my gosh,
That never happens, right?
it's
never, you never feel
it
ready.
robs your time. Doing that
Yeah.
robs your time.
Yeah.
You just go for it, and you know God's gonna just bring people along the
Yeah.
way, shut doors, open doors. You're
Yes.
gonna make mistakes. You'll learn from it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just don't hold back.
Yeah.
And just remember that in the end, you have the choice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I'm very much a person who lives moment by moment with
Yeah.
my day, and
Yeah.
I get to make the final call.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how my body physically feels.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how my emotions are high
Yeah.
or low.
Yeah.
In the end, I have
Choice.
the choice
Yes.
to decide.
That's
And I say that
powerful.
to my girls all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay you feel like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're still gonna go.
Yeah.
We're
It's okay,
We're gonna make the
but
choice. We're still
I'm gonna overrule that.
We're gonna bring. I'm sometimes like it's okay. We're gonna bring fear with us. You know.
Right.
We'll bring fear
Let's
with us.
do it
but,
afraid.
But we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna be brave.
Yeah.
Because that's what being brave is
Yeah.
when you feel the fear and
Yeah.
you decide to do it
Lean
anyways.
into it.
So I'll just be like,
That's
be
so
brave. Be
good.
brave. Bring the fear with you.
Yeah.
But you have the choice.
Wow.
We're gonna still do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's
And-
so fun hearing the girls
Yeah.
saying it back to you, like my little 4-year-old.
Aw. Yeah.
She's like Harvest, you know.
that is so cool. But you're seeing like,
And then her body fully does it.
Yeah,
You know?
and she's capable of more than she felt she was.
Yes.
When she made
Yes.
the choice to push
Yes.
through.
We can't control our emotions and what we're gonna feel.
Yeah.
They're just gonna come.
Excellent.
And none of them are bad.
Yes.
And we have the right to feel every
Yes.
emotion.
Yes.
But what comes next
Yeah.
is up to. It's like we have no control over our decisions, but we do
Whoa.
have control over our decisions.
Beautiful.
And I say that to the kids. We
So
cannot
good.
control what we're going to feel,
Yeah.
but you have control over your
What you
decisions. So what
choose.
comes next,
Yeah.
you have control of that. Nothing can take
Love.
that from you.
I love
And
that. But it's like, no, I internally struggle. I make a choice. I overcome
Yeah.
my feelings. I don't want to show up. I don't want,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all see, you know, like we talked about another week, Pastor Emma Richardson, she said everyone witnesses the big moments, but they don't recognize the small decisions
Yeah.
internally that got us to the big breakthrough or whatever it is, you know?
There's a lot of cuts and bruises.
There's a lot behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But they're worth it.
Yeah,
They're
totally.
so worth it.
Yeah.
It's like, again, going back to the way, like when I do jujitsu, it's
Yeah.
like,
The little
that
bruises.
I always I'm like so proud of my bruise.
Yeah.
And then looking back, I'm like, that was so worth it.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
You're amazing.
and so those cuts and bruises, like I would go through all of them again.
Wow.
Because it, you know,
Yeah.
it just gave me more strength to
Yeah.
be able to do the right decisions
Yeah.
when things get really, really loud.
Yeah. Wow.
Right?
Yeah. I'm so inspired. I mean, I know there's probably so many women who are like, I cannot believe you actually physically know how to fight. I mean, are your hands weapons? Are they considered weapons at this point?
My next belt.
At your next
Technically,
belt.
if I make the first move,
Yeah.
I could get a fine. So at the next, yeah, so it goes brown belt and black belt.
Yeah.
So if you're a black belt and you make the first move, you're actually considered a weapon. I didn't know that.
Oh
my sensei
gosh,
said
Michelle.
that, and I was like, wow.
You are a literal weapon. Okay,
No,
to close, I would love for you to leave the women with, hey, just maybe encourage them. Some of us are continuing our health journey, you know, already maybe they have carved out a space, you know, for their health as far as their bodies, you know, moving and exercise. But maybe for some of the women watching, they're just going to begin. Like, they're just like, this is inspiring them to, yeah, okay, Pastor Julie, I'll move my body 10 minutes a day. I can go for a walk with my kids. I can whatever, but maybe encourage them.
I think one thing I want to encourage is, like, don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
You're allowed to invest in yourself and prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
And in the end, you show up better for other people.
True.
It's good. You are important.
Yeah.
And, you know, it shows, it puts value on you. You're putting, like, physical, you're not just saying and proclaiming that you're valuable. You're actually, like, taking steps. Physical steps to show that you value yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy route, and know that, but it's not over until it's over. Okay, so if you skip that week, as long as you have it in your head, I'm still doing this.
I'm going to begin.
I'm going to begin.
Yeah.
And it's normal to feel those feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
We all feel them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
I mean, because there's so many other things we could do, right?
Yeah.
You could clean the house, you could prep dinner, you could work, you could, you know, there's so many things.
There's so many things that we could do.
Spend time with your kids, spend time with your friends.
But in the end, like, you know, I used to feel guilty for my kids.
Yeah.
But then when I show up with a new belt, or even just a stripe, they're like, Mommy!
So proud.
They're so proud of me.
Yeah.
And I look at their eyes, and it's like almost like they're like, wow, you're doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you know, and I even make them recognize, like, you see, you're very proud of Mommy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you guys let me go.
Yeah.
And look at, like, but now you're sharing in the reward of being, like, you know, proud of your mommy that I'm doing something.
Right.
And so in the end, in the moment, you know, there's just these short-term little guilt moments. Yeah. But stay committed, and with time, the people even around you will be inspired. Yeah. And will cheer you on, and will be super happy for you.
So true.
Yeah.
And ultimately see a better version. Like, they get a better version of you. They win.
Yeah.
Like,
and
we all win.
I would say, because I'm not that type of girl to, like, go at the gym and love working out and lifting weights, and like once I show up, I'm like happy that I'm lifting weights. I'm not that girl. So I found something else. And so
good.
So explore. You know,
so many things you can do.
You know what? If you would have told me martial arts, I would have laughed. That would have been the last thing I would have thought of doing.
Yeah.
You know, and so just kind of be like, what are some of those little things that I've had a tiny little bit of interest, but said, no, I couldn't do that.
That's not me.
You know?
Yeah.
Just lean into those things and just start small. And whatever, just give yourself such a small goal. Yeah. It's so easy to overcome. Small. Okay, very small goal. So once a week. Like, if you have to start with once a week, it's better than nothing. Yes. And don't discard, oh, it's just once a week, that's nothing. No, because you'll start feeling the wins. And you'll be encouraged to keep going. And so celebrate those little wins. Celebrate those moments.
Little victories.
Those little victories, celebrate them. Yes. And then honor what you've, if it was once a week, honor that. Honor it. Yeah. Honor it. And that's your discipline. Being disciplined doesn't mean 7 days a week. Being disciplined is honoring your commitment. Yeah. And so, and then just do that. Yeah. And stay committed to that. Yeah. Be disciplined in that. And then it'll be, I'm disciplined in this. And I've been doing once a week for a whole month. Yeah. And that's a 4 times more than you did last month.
Exactly.
And then, so the next time you could keep, you'll have more confidence. Yeah. To keep increasing that a little bit. And trusting in yourself. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So good. I love that. Because, I mean, we all begin somewhere.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And we never begin as a black belt, right? You begin at the beginning.
At the beginning.
And I pray that some of the women here, I mean, continue your health journey. For those of you who are already, you know, doing something, I mean, let's just continue. And for the women who are like, I'm going to begin. I'm going to start. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm excited for the little victories that are coming your way and for the shift. And I believe it will not just impact your physical health, but hey, our hope and my hope for you is that it would see you flourish in every area: mind, body, soul, spirit. We are making a comeback, and we're going to be the best version of ourselves on the other side of this season. And obviously for all of us, this is just a season of time where we're declaring a comeback. But I pray that this honestly turns into a lifestyle shift for you, and that this begins you on a journey of health and wholeness, truly in every area of your life. I just want to take a moment. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much.
You for coming.
I'm so excited for you.
You poured out here
doing
today.
It's so amazing.
It was so good. It was
for having
so
me.
good. In the chat, hey, throw up whatever it was that really spoke to you. I'm sure you've been doing that already, but let's thank Pastor Michelle. Throw up your virtual hands. Give her a clap.
Thank you.
Give
for
her
having
some
me here.
honor. I love you so
Thank you.
much. I love you. I love you. It
Love
was
you.
such an honor. All the girls, we're about to jump onto our virtual lobby where we are going to connect there. For those of you who do not have a Connect group, if you're not in a Sisterhood Connect yet, it's not too late. I know you're like, oh, we're a couple weeks in. Jump in. We have space. We have room for you. The more the merrier. The truth is, if you join a Connect group tonight, that Connect group is about to get a whole lot more fun, a whole lot more interesting. And so we'd love for you to be a part of it. I'll see you on the virtual lobby, and let's have an amazing night together. Love you. Mwah.